What's up, everybody? Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 discussion video. Yes, it's that time again where I overview some anime and video game only cards and archetypes. And, I just look over them, I review them, and basically the whole question that pops up is why these cards were never released. I feel like a lot of these cards that were released in video games at the very least should have been made into official cards, but who knows? Yeah, let's look at these. The first archetype we're going to look at is the AncientTreasure. Now, these monsters, there's only 3 monsters in the archetype itself, and they have a few support cards that support them, and basically what they do is that, by doing certain things, by being summoned, by being destroyed, they inflict some damage onto the player that, who controlled the monster. And they have support cards that they use that can reflect that effect damage onto the opponent. So, like it's one of those, like burn yourself, activate this card, and, like switch that damage over to your opponent type of deal. So, yeah, let's look at these things. We've got a few cards we're going to look at in this archetype, and then we're going to move on to the next. This is the Ashoka Pillar. Ashoka Pillar. It's an Earth Rock effect monster. Level 3, attack 0, defense 2200. Description: when this card is destroyed, its controller takes 2000 damage. See what I mean? And moving on to the next one is the Cabrera Stone. The Cabrera Stone. Right there. Almost looked like it got a little dragon on it. Yeah, it's an Earth Rock effect monster. Level 1, attack defense 0. Description: if this card is in face-up defense position on the field, destroy this card. When this card is destroyed, take 2,000 points of damage. And the last one is Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull. Yes, this is an Indiana Jones reference. Crystal Skull. When this card is summoned, its controller takes 1,000 damage. So, as you can see, the monsters, they focus on doing damage onto the opponent, onto you, and you activate cards like this. Curse Reflection Doll, which is a quick play spell card. Quick play, and it has the effect. In the description: activate only when an effect that inflicts damage to you is activated. Switch the damage to your opponent instead. This is very similar to the Spell of Pain. I don't know why they didn't release this. We can always use another card like this. It would help. We have the pre-Reese map. The pre-Reese map. Normal spell card. Description: add 1 monster with 0 attack from your deck to your hand. If you summon it this turn, half your life points. I wish they could have been more specific. Like they could have made it like this archetype indigenous, because with a card like that you can search out Battle Fader and other monsters with 0 attack. So yeah, that would have been crazy. That's one of the support cards that I can see them not releasing for obvious reasons. But yeah, Spirit Mask. It's an equipped spell card. When this card is sent to the graveyard, send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. So it equips. When it's destroyed, send 1 card. This is Stonehenge. It too is an equipped spell card. Description: select 1 monster with 0 attack in your graveyard, special summon it, and equip it with this card. When this card is removed from the field, destroy the equipped monster. And there you go, totem pole. You know, totem pole. It's a continuous trap. Description: when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can negate it. When this effect is used 3 times, destroy this card. And triangle O, which is the big ace in the hole for this archetype. See right there, this is triangle O. It's a normal spell card. And a description: when you activate only if you control a face-up crystal skull, Ashoka pillar, and Cabrera stone. Destroy all cards on the field during this turn. If you would take damage by a card effect, your opponent takes that damage instead. So this is a pretty good damn card, you know, for the archetype and just for other cards in the game that inflict damage onto you. So yeah, that's it. I think it's a pretty, you know, well-rounded archetype because they already have cards in the game that, you know, that can fit right into this, you know, like right into this strategy. So they were released in a video game. Don't know why these cards weren't released in the actual game, but you know, recently they've been released. Well, for like the recent booster packs and, you know, various other promotional cards and such, they've been releasing some anime only cards, you know. So who knows? Maybe we'll see these and the rest of the cards that I'm gonna mention in this video, you know, like in the upcoming booster pack soon. So moving on. Now this is an individual card. It's a support card for the Arcana Force. This is the Arcanatic Doom Scythe. Arcanatic Doom Scythe. As you can see, it looks like a 3-headed gecko with 6 arms. You know, let's take a look at this thing. It's a normal spell card. Description: send one Arcana Force monster from your deck to the graveyard. This turn, when an opponent's monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, your opponent takes damage equal to the attack of the destroyed monster. See, now this is something that the Arcana Force can use. Now, why didn't they release this? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't they make this into an official card? Like, I can actually see I can actually see the Arcana Force archetype, you know, using a card like this. You know, like, this is something that would be helpful. Oh well. That's Konami for you. All the cards that they should release, they just skip over, but whatever. This is a small archetype. It only has like 2 cards in it. It's called the Hidden Knights. And one of these cards, I thought they was already released, but, you know, it was already in a video game. So, as you can see right here, this is Hook the Hidden Knight. Now, some people might remember this with the YuGiOh 5Ds in that duel where was it Crow? Yeah, like he almost got killed by this thing, and his bike almost got tripped. But yeah, Hook the Hidden Knight. This is one of the cards I thought they would have released by now. But whatever. It's a Dark Fiend effect monster, level 4, attack 1600, defense 0. When this attack position card is selected as an attack target, change this card and the attacking monster to defense position. When this card is changed from attack position to defense position, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. See, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's a pretty cool card. I would expect a card like that to get released. You know, why hasn't it been done? I don't know. Maybe it'll get done in the future. This is another, the other one. This is Dark the Hidden Knight. And this is a Dark Fiend effect monster, level 3, attack 800, defense 0. Description: this card can attack your opponent directly. When in a defense position monster you control is selected as an attack target, you contribute this card to change that monster to battle position. Now, that's a pretty unique effect. You know, that's one of those cards you don't really see often. Like I said, it's only 2 members in this archetype. So I don't know what this one is. Maybe it's like a fusion between the 2, but I don't know, like it seems like one of those cards that never got released or even never even spoken on. So, I mean, we just looked at both of the cards and neither one of them look like this. So, I don't know what this is. But, yeah. Come on, Konami, get on your shit. Why haven't you released these cards? Now we're looking at the Geometric Knights. Geometric Knights. Now, it's only 3 monsters in this archetype, and it's Triangle Knight, Hexa Knight, and Decago Knight. And, of course, as their name so implies, they are shapes, and their levels are the same as their corresponding shapes, as you're about to see in a minute. Like Triangle Knight, he has 3 sides, you know, like a triangle has 3 sides, and it's a level 3 monster, of course. Let's take a look at this thing. It's a light warrior effect monster, level 3, attack and defense 900. Description: when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can select 3 cards in your graveyard and return those cards to your deck. It recycles. That's not a bad thing. Never know when it's a bad thing. It recycles. You know, that's a pretty good card to release. You know, it could be useful. Now we're looking at Hexa Knight. Of course, it's a hexagon. It has 6 sides, and it's a level 6 monster. Earth Warrior effect monster, level 6, attack 1800, defense 1200. Description: if your opponent controls no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. So that's pretty cool. Seems like one of those things that'll be cool for first turn. That's probably why its attack is at 1800. You know, they had to balance it out somehow. That's one of those cards that's really good for first turn. But yeah, so we got Decago Knight. Decago Knight. It's level 10. And it's a light warrior effect monster. Level 10. Attack defense 1000. Description: if there are 3 Decago Knights in your graveyard, you can return all Decago Knights from your graveyard to your deck. This thing, well, it recycles itself, which is okay. But I don't know, it just seems like no point in doing it. I mean, it has 1000 attack and defense, you know, like it'll do good for honest, but what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the 1 out of 3. Ironically enough, that's the highest level 1, and it seems like all it's good for is just keeping monsters in your build. And I don't know, like out of the 3, that one seems to be the most useless, which is crazy. But yeah, moving on. Now this is another archetype that I would have thought they would have released by now. This is the CyberAngels. Okay, this is the ritual monsters used by Alexis Rose, who uses, you know, female cards. Like she used like Cyberblader, you know, that card and a bunch of other ones. And these are ritual monsters that she uses. So let's take a look at this. First, we're going to look at the ritual spell card. Machine Angel Ritual. You see that? Machine Angel Ritual. That should go with the little coconut bra. I know it's not coconut, but I'm going to call it coconut. It is to me. Fuck y'all. But it's a ritual spell card. This card is used to ritual summon any CyberAngel ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from the field or your hand whose total levels equal the level of the ritual monster you are attempting to ritual summon. So it kind of so this ritual card follows the same rules as like the dark ritual. Well, like most of the dark ritual monsters, you know, they have like a strict ruling that you have to have the exact amount of levels for that ritual monster in order to summon it. So that kind of follows that. So this is CyberAngel Ben 10. CyberAngel Ben 10. Ben 10. Yes. Reference to the little guy with the little army matrix or whatever the hell that thing is called. I forgot. But yeah, this is a light fairy ritual effect monster, level 6, attack 1800, defense 500, 1500. Description: this card can only be ritual summoned with the ritual spell card Machine Angel Ritual. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's defense. So it kicks ass and inflicts effect damage based on the defense to your opponent. So that's a pretty cool card. CyberAngel Dakini. CyberAngel Dakini. Dakini Bikini. Yes, sir. It's a light fairy ritual effect monster, level 8, attack 2700, defense 2400. Description: this card can only be ritual summoned with a ritual spell card. Yeah. When this card is special summoned, your opponent must select one monster they control and destroy it. When this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. And that's a pretty good card. You know, that seems like the best one so far. Let's keep looking. CyberAngel Idaten. CyberAngel Idaten. Let's look at this. It's a light fairy ritual effect monster, level 6, attack 1600, defense 2000. Description: you know, when this card is special summoned, you can add one spell card from your graveyard to your hand. So it recycles spell cards, you know, which is never a bad thing. Like the main challenge with this one is just trying to match up the levels, which shouldn't be too hard to do, but you know, I believe all of these are light monsters. All of these are light monsters, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let me see. Come on, thing. Okay, second stupid. Yeah, light. All of these are light monsters. Yeah, so you can't use Ritual Raven. Sad. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Of course, links to all of the archetypes and cards that I reviewed are going to be in the description. So you guys can check it out. But yeah, why haven't they released this? I mean, most of these cards that I spoke on, they were released in the Tag Force games. As you can see, these right here, the CyberAngels. So I would have thought, like I said, I would have thought these were, out of all of them, would have been released by now, but they never released them. So but as I said in the beginning of the video, they were releasing more, and they seem to be releasing more anime only cards and more video game related cards and like that. So who knows, we might see this in a future booster pack sooner than later. So yeah, with that being said, of course, link to everything that I reviewed is going to be in the description. You guys can check it out, and I'll see you guys for the next discussion video. Peace.